Okay, so what we're going to do is start with a review. So grab your pencil, grab a smile, and let's get going. First question for you for decimals, okay, looks like this. If I ask you, what is 12 times 3? Can you shout out the answer? 12 times 3. Yeah, this is not hard. This is not even a decimal. 36. Excellent. What if I said 12 times 30? How would you handle that? Do it in your head. Do it in your head. I'm going somewhere, trust me. Yes, it's still 12 times 3, but you remember that 30 is 3 times 10. So what you can do is say 12 times 3 is 36, write that down, and then multiply whatever you get, your product, by 10, because you haven't done that yet, and add a 0. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. What if I said 12 times 10? What would you shout back at me? 12 times 10. Excellent. 120. You're like, wow, this review is amazing. How about 12 times 100? What would that look like to you? 12 times 100. Yes, exactly. Good. Now, what if I said 12 times 0.3? Okay. Oh, hang on. Convert this to a fraction. 12 times 3/10. Okay, now it gets a little messy, right? Okay, watch. What was 12 times 3? Write it down. There's a decimal point hiding here. You could pull it out anytime you need it. Anytime you divide by 10, the number gets smaller. So that decimal gets one hop this way. Your answer is 3.6. Okay, good. Let's do it again. What is 12 times 0.1? Okay, so remove the decimal, get rid of the 0 because that's also confusing. Okay, 12 times 1 is 12. Okay, so this is really 12 times 1 over 10. Okay, so I want you to think this. 1/10 is 1 over 10. So you did the 12, but now we're dividing by 10. So pull out your decimal point and make it go one hop to the left. Okay, because we want the number to be smaller. We had 12, now we have 1.2. Okay. All right, so this is kind of a review of what you already know, but maybe didn't realize that you knew it. Okay, what if we do 12 times 0.01? What does that mean? Okay, so this is 1 over 100, and we're saying multiply 12. Okay. Now I want you to notice, which format are you more comfortable with? Which format? Okay. All right, so that's right, 12 times 1, that's going to be 12. Divide by 100. Anytime you divide by a whole number, the number gets smaller. If you divide by a number less than 1, the number gets bigger. Okay, so we're going to pull out the decimal point, and there are 2 zeros. So we go 1, 2. The answer is 0.12, or 12 over 100, 12 hundredths. How are we feeling so far? Some of you said 1.2. Are you seeing how that's true if it was just 1/10? But because there's 2 zeros, it looks like this. Here, let's do it again. How about this? What is this thing? This is 1 over 1,000. So what does that mean? That means the number is going to get even smaller. So here's the 12, 12 times 1. Now divide by 1,000. Here's your decimal point. 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hops. 1, 2, 3 zeros mean 3 hops. The number gets smaller. There's nothing here, so put a 0 and write your answer like this, 0, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second and check in. How are we doing so far? We're just doing place value. You all have divided by 10 before. This should not be new material. Maybe doing it mentally in your head is new, but you know how to divide by 100, and you know how to divide by 10, right? Okay, doing okay? Okay, so yes, if you have questions, definitely put it in here. Y'all are asking a ton of questions, so I might miss something. So just submit once, and that'll make it easier. Okay, so let's try it with a few other numbers that you're familiar with. Okay, 4 times 6, shout it out. 4 times 6. Excellent, 24. Good. 40 times 6, shout it. Remember, this is 4 times 10. Okay, that one there. So you can still do 4 times 6 and then multiply by the 10. Good. What if both of them have zeros? What would you do? Yep, you do the numbers first, and then there's 1, 2. What you're doing is, because it's multiply, not divide, like the previous ones, there's the decimal point, and you're moving it over 2 hops, right? Because there's 1, 2. So you already know how to do this. See that? So the answer is 2,400. I'll write it so it's really obvious. Good. Okay. What if we do the other way? 4 times 0.6. Okay. Don't let this throw you. This is 4 times 6 tenths. So 4 times 6 is 24, divided by 10. That means you take that 24, pull out the decimal point. It does 1 hop this way because the number gets smaller. So your answer is 2.4. Yeah, don't forget the 2 in front. Good. Okay, now I want you to do some. Here we go. 3 times 1.1. Just shout out the answer when you know it. 3 times 1.1. You're going to do 3 times 11 first. Yep, your first step is to do the whole numbers, so ignore this, and then you figure out where that pesky little decimal point goes. Okay, so 3 times 11 is 33. Okay, but the problem isn't 3 times 11, so you got to put that decimal point back in. So how did you get from this number to this number? We multiplied by 10. So to get the right answer, we have to divide by 10. You seen that? You can multiply by 10 to get this, but then you've got to adjust it. So now we divide by 10. So that means we have 3.3. So we do 1 hop here, and the answer is 3.3. Good. How about 5 times 1.2? And for my fast finishers, here's your second one. Okay. I'll leave the one on top up so you can see. Tell me the middle, tell me the end. Here's the middle, here's the end. Okay. 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, how did we get from 1.2 to 12? We multiplied by 10, so now I'm going to divide this number by 10. So that means we have 6. This is our answer. 7 times, I'm going to multiply this thing by 10 to get the decimal point to go 1 hop this way. That's 63. Now I'm going to have to divide by 10. So that's going to be 6.3. Decimal point goes 1 hop that way on both of these. How are you feeling about this? Give me a look on your face. How are we doing? Yay! Okay, awesome. This is really important stuff because the less mistakes you make, because you can figure this stuff out in your head, the better off you're going to be. Okay, so let's take a look at this one.